Okay, let's see this question. We want to evaluate the double integration with integrand 3 times e to the 2x cubed. We have x direction inside, y direction outside. That would be very difficult to integrate the integrand. So we need to change the order of integration, which means we want to integrate in y direction first. Because in y direction, this can be treated as constant. So 3e to the 2x cubed. But however, when we change the order of integration, we need to change the lower limit, upper limits for both directions. So we need to draw the region of this integration. Let's see, this x direction, this is the y direction. Y direction goes from 0 to 1. So y direction goes from 0 to 1. Let's see, this is the 1. X direction goes from square root of y. Well, what is the square root? Square root of y equals x. That means y equals x squared. Right, so we have this graph. Right, this graph. So up to 1, up to this. To the region we're integrating is this. So this is the 1. This is the square root of y. Right, so x direction goes this way. So now we want to reset this. So x direction first. Well, that still goes from 0 to 1. X direction outside, y direction. Now let's see y. So y direction. Right, x direction goes from 0 to 1. Y direction goes from 0 up to this graph. Well, what's this graph? This graph is y equals x squared. So 0 up to x squared. Now let's integrate y direction. Well, y direction, this is constant. So we have 3e raised by 2x cubed. Y, then we integrate with 0, lower limit, upper limit, x squared. So integrate this in y direction, we just get is 3e to the 2x cubed, then multiply by x squared, right? Because y equals x squared, y equals 0, there's nothing, x squared minus 0, just x squared. Then dx. Now, because of this x squared, we can integrate in x direction. Right, let's use u substitution. Let u be 2x cubed, the exponent of e term. Then du would be 6 times x squared dx. So we have a 3x squared dx as du. So we need 2. We need to multiply by 2, then we offset by half. Right, so now we can integrate the e term. So basically we have e to the u du now. When we integrate, right, we just get the e to the u. So we can have e to the 2x cubed, then integrate from 0 to 1. So we're gonna have from 1, what do we get? 1 cubed is 1, 1 times 2 is 2, so we get a e to the power 2. From 0, we get 2 times 0, e to the 0 power is 1. So that's it. So the integration is half times e squared minus 1.